Hey guys, I wanted to do my first top 5 video on my top 5 funny moments from Mass Effect 3. I'll probably have quite a few Mass Effect 3 videos here at first because that's the one I've most recently finished. But to start us off, I'm going to do my top 5 funny moments from Mass Effect 3, starting with number 5, which is Conrad Vernard. You knew he was going to show up again because he was in the first one, the second one. I found him kind of annoying in the first one. I wasn't really sure what I was supposed to do with him. But then when he showed up in the second one, being stupid, and then when he showed up in the third, you knew he was going to be in the third one. So not only was it, I find him funny, I think whoever does his voice is amazing because it's hilarious. But just in the third one, how he can give you a war asset because he somehow knows about something to do with the Crucible. It's hilarious. And then the whole thing with if you had saved Jenna, gotten her out of Cora's den in the first Mass Effect, she actually ends up being able to save Conrad from being shot after he dives in front of you to save you. So that whole situation, it's funny anyway because it's Conrad, but it's, I think, doubly funny because he actually can help you out in the game. Even though he's been trying so hard to help you throughout the whole series, he can actually give you some help in the third one in the form of a war asset. So Conrad Vernard is number 5. Number 4, I'd have to say, is Garrus and Joker up on the bridge after you get back from doing all the Tuchanka stuff. The jokes that they are telling each other. They're talking about, you know, the humans surrendering, how ugly Turians are, but just the fact that they're up there bantering between one another and just making up jokes about each other is funny. That was one of the things I really enjoyed about Mass Effect 3 was just how you could, almost every time you went to the Normandy, your companions were in different places and they were talking to each other or, you know, they just have new conversations for you. So that in particular was one of my favorites, just how funny they were just telling jokes to each other. Number 3 is Mordin singing to Eve. Now it's kind of a sweet moment. He's running tests on her to help cure the genophage, and she asks him to sing for her, and he does. What I found funny was that it was another ripoff of a Pirates of Penzance song, which is so random. I don't know of anybody that I know that's even seen it. My dad made me watch it when I was young, and I didn't like it. It was just, it was weird. It is weird. But for those of you that know from Mass Effect 2, the song that Mordin sings, I am the very model of a scientist Solarian, is a ripoff of I am the very model of a modern Major General from Pirates of Penzance, and the song that he sings in Mass Effect 3 is a ripoff of the Pirate King. He sings about Eve being the Krogan Queen. So I just found it really funny that they would pull from such an obscure musical like Pirates of Penzance again. Not only in the second one, but they did in the third one. So Mordin singing to Eve is my number 3. Number 2 is Drunk Tali. For those of you that walked into, I think, the lounge after you were on Sanctuary, I know you all, everybody found that hilarious. And her emergency induction port. Even though it's a little glitchy because I saved Miranda, she didn't die in my playthroughs, and it was kind of geared towards as if she had died. It doesn't matter, it was hilarious just seeing her drunk. And then even if you go down to talk to Javik afterwards, she's like on the intercom talking to him about how much he likes Liara and likes her too. It's just funny. So that's number 2 is Drunk Tali. My top funny moment from Mass Effect 3, and I've looked around on YouTube just to see what other people thought, and this pretty much looks like the funniest moment that anybody has found in Mass Effect 3. And that is when you go up to the bridge towards, I think, the beginning of the game, and you're talking to EDI about, you know, how she feels in this new body and how she's, you know, learning how to use it and just if that's constricting or overwhelming. And she says something about how she only forgets to recycle the Normandy's oxygen when she finds something truly interesting. And while that is funny, the funniest part is the fact that they actually showed Shepard's expression when she says that. It's kind of one of those faces, and she, of course, then she chides in with her, "That was a joke," afterwards. I found that so hilarious, and you can miss it because it's really fast. But that, by far, is my top funniest moment in Mass Effect 3. So I hope you enjoyed those. If you want to leave a comment, feel free to. If you found another moment or another couple moments in Mass Effect 3 funny, please feel free to leave them in the comments. And that is it for my first top 5. Thanks!